there, it's your sensei again. And we're gonna add a reference for toes. This is your warning if you don't like toes. This is your warning. So for toes, like hands, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 toes. However, we're only doing 1 foot, so 5 toes. We can also just generally edit this foot area. We're gonna need to do a little bit of smart working now, because like the hand, where we separated it, we don't have to worry about loop cuts. The foot is attached, so we do have to worry about loop cuts. We need to make sure we're not adding loops that we don't need. If we add loops that we don't need, then we just get more vertices that don't do anything. You don't want vertices that don't do anything. Okay, third time. Here's your warning for the second time. Need to get a reference of a foot. So I'm gonna just use this one. Oh wait, need to go in object mode first before you put your references in. So just drag and drop foot reference. And scale it down. Here's the reference I'm gonna use. Let's go back into edit mode and make sure screencast is working. I also have another reference for the feet, which is, where is it? It's my other foot reference. Somewhere. Here it is. But I can't put it in now because I'm in object mode. I mean edit mode. Let's grab this again and scale it down. I'm gonna fix the back of these legs to look a bit better. Alright. Edit mode. Screencast. Let's sort this leg. So the calf goes down and then pinches here. So scale it in the X direction. And then expands here, so scale in the X direction, but make it bigger. And then round this out. So grab in the Y direction. And then grab in the Y direction. That's a better shape for the back. So we're gonna grab these in the Y direction to round stuff out. And these two. These two. No, scale in the X direction. We also notice as the bottom of the foot curves up. So that foot would be like that, so the mirror would be like that. So let's grab this area and add another loop cut here. Grab them both, push them up a little bit. Just a little bit. Create that curve shape on the bottom. We'll have that, and then this area will be the toes. To grab in the Y direction. And we're gonna need enough loop cuts to make 5 toes. So scale that in the X direction we're gonna need to keep this middle one for now. If we can put one there and two here. Now those are just gonna get in the way, so we need a way to cut them off. So this one we're keeping. These we need to get rid of somehow. So what I'm thinking is running this into there somehow. Now there is another video that shows a really good method on getting rid of loops. I'm gonna put that in the description because that helped me a lot. But right now I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing here. So we're gonna put R for a loop, actually. Let's bring it lower down. Lower down? Yeah, let's bring it lower down. Just gonna put a loop there. And a loop there. And if I put a triangle here, I'll get rid of that line and get rid of that line. So select that, X, dissolve edges, and then this needs to be double-sided. So let's do this side too. So I need to put a triangle here. And I'm just hitting K to do the line and then space or enter, either one works. So select that, X, dissolve edges. Pretty decent. We're almost back to what we had before. And this one, actually it's just this one. X, dissolve edges. So that's square, that's square, that's square, that's square. Alrighty. Now I've got this one here. So I put a loop here. So okay, here to here. Oopsie daisy. Alt, click, X, dissolve edges. And then this one. Not dissolve all of them. But this one, yes. X, dissolve edges. One. Okay, it's a bit of a weird shape, but it does what we need to do. We're getting rid of the... Oh, not on the back, we're not. Okay, let's sort this out on the bottom too. So we're just gonna mirror this on the bottom. So, like that, and like that. And then this one is to the center, so like, is that high enough? Like that. Okay. Alrighty. So we're getting rid of this one. X, dissolve edges, and this one, X, dissolve edges. But also this one, X, dissolve edges. So that's better. X, dissolve edges, and then here, dissolve. in here as well. Just dissolve edges. Anywhere else we need to get rid of n-gons? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's check these loops. We got a loop here. We got a loop here. We got a loop there. That's not bad. For the feet, that's pretty good. Got a loop there. Got a loop there for the little toe. Alrighty. So this is going to make it very easy now. We're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to add those extra vertices so we can have the movement, even though I don't know about you, but I'm not going to rig all these toes. They're quite inconvenient to rig. So Alt V, move that in the X direction. Alt V, move that in the X direction. Alt V in the X direction. Alt V in the X direction. And select all of these, grab, move them across. Select this, move that across for the big toe. It's very similar to the hands, these shapes. But let's try and get this shape right. So as well as that going in, as well as that going up, it goes in. So turn on proportional editing, grab in the X direction, push that in a little bit. I'm also going to drag this out a little bit too. To make that shape there. This shape here. For copying that picture, this foot area is rather slim. So this foot area is slim, and then it goes wider towards the middle. And arches where the pointed toe is? Is that how you'd call it? Anyway, let's try and replicate that. So we're just going to be moving these shapes across. And let's turn that on so we can select easier. Grab in the X direction. Scale in the X direction as well, why not? Just keep fiddling it around until it looks more like your references. So this is the bottom of the foot, without the toes. I'm just gonna be a bit careful with it so it's not too odd looking. It does seem to go out and then in a bit more. See how this part is the widest and then the toes are a bit thinner? Same here, widest and then thins out. Try and copy that as well as you can. Select that and then select this and do the same thing. Let's turn that off so you can see what I'm doing. Select this. Scale X. Grab X. And also it looks that the bottom part goes up. So let's copy that, even though it's kind of copied a little bit. Let's do that. And bring this up. So grab in the Z direction. Now these are going to be our toes. So let's grab these faces. 3, 4, 5. And E to extrude. Oh, before we do that, I almost forgot. This curved shape. I almost forgot to do that. So this will be an easy way to do it. So let's grab that with proportional editing on. We're going to grab it in Y direction and curve it out a bit. Curve that out. So this side, let's bring it down to round it out. Grab in the Z direction to get that foot shape a bit more foot-like. Grab in the X direction. Grab in the X direction. Okay. This should be a good enough shape to drag those toes out. So let's grab this one, 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 and E to extrude. Grab it in the X direction, straighten them out a little bit. And they've already kind of got that toe shape. Still need to do some work on the shape of these. So let's try and smooth stuff out a bit. Grab in the X direction. Grab in the X direction. Oh, and let's fatten the bottom of these toes, because the bottom of the toes are super fat. So let's go to that view and grab in the Z direction. Make it meet up with the bottom almost. Since we made the body like how we did, we can do a loop here as easily as we did the ones for the hands, and we don't need to worry about adding too many anything. So this is good, that we can add a loop cut that easily. You're welcome. Let's select these edges. Let's just hit edge select since that'll be easier. These ones we're gonna alt scale. all of the edges, and then the right select. Oh, this is still gonna work. Alt S to thin out the bottom, round out the bottom. Oh, you know what we should have done as well? We should have flattened out these toes like we did with the fingers. I'm doing this so much, I'm forgetting what I'm meant to be doing. That toe is good. So select this. Grab in that direction to flatten it out. Select this half. Grab in this direction to flatten it out. And this half. Grab. That's better. These guys are a little on the shorter side, so you could. First, I'm gonna alt scale them so they're fatter, and then grab in the Y direction to make them a bit longer. Let's go to object mode and take a real look at these feet. They are very small. You could leave them as is if you like tiny feet, I guess, or make them bigger. So what I like to do is to kind of imagine the hand span, which is about that long. And try and match it with the feet. The handspan is a little longer than the hand, so about there. So that's about 10 centimeters and a half. It's about 15 centimeters, about-ish, maybe a bit longer. So a little shorter than 20 centimeters. Then we'll do this, and we'll see that it is. It's not a bad size compared to the hand. It's not a terrible size. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. To go into more detail, let's see. More detail on the hands and feet. What you'd have to do is for sure split these down the center like we did with the fingers. Add a split down the center so you can curve it. So we Control R, down there, down there, down there, down there, down there. Add some loops. Actually, let's add the loops anyway because the toes are curved. So let's add the loops here and here. And here, and here. Grab in the Z direction. Get that curve. And select these. And Alt S. Then the man at the top. Grab in the Z direction. Straighten these out a little bit. toes would be very similar to, the toenails would be very similar to the fingers. You'd add these, and this, and this, and this, and this. 2 lines would go up the leg, which is completely fine. If you really wanted to, you could get rid of them, but it would only take a second to get rid of anyway. So we'd select first, to make things a bit easier, we'd select these and pull them out. So grab in the Y direction, round out these toes. Let's oops, nope, don't want that. I don't like how this is working. For some reason it's being weird. It would be that toe. That'd be that toe. That one. Scale in the Y, straighten it out. Scale in the Y direction. No, actually, let's do these individually because they affect each other. Scale in the Y, just a little bit. And then this toe will leave alone. It doesn't have to be perfect since people don't use their feet a lot for models. Unless you do, then I don't know what to tell you. We're gonna extrude, go inwards. We're gonna select vertex select. We're gonna Alt S. And not have proportional editing on. Alt S. Make them smaller, like that. And then extrude again. And then select these faces. We're gonna grab in the Y direction to grow these nails out, and grab in the Z direction to flatten them down. Got that? Alright. We can see how it looks with the modifier on. Add subdivision, subsurface. So still a little noodly, but we can go into that individually, and that looks a lot better than the fingernails, to be honest, because we did the nails last. So make sure you do better than what I do. So when we're working on this in the next episode, we're going to be making sure these don't look too noodly, but the smoothness and the general shape is pretty good. Except for this ankle. This ankle is terrible. Let's fix that. This ankle needs to be really thinned out. Just need to select it properly. Scale. That looks a lot better. Alright. Since we've done these, we don't need the references anymore. Give yourselves a pat on the back. We've made some hands and feet today. I think I'm going to put this video in 2 parts because this took a lot longer than I thought it would. So yeah, I'll be splitting these in 2 parts. Next episode will be probably fixing some of these loops. Just at the knee and the back of the leg. Just to neaten things up. We don't want so many loops on the neck, because these are all going to be split into 4. Each one of these squares is going to be split into 4. You just need to be careful about that. Alrighty. Thank you everyone for coming to the class. Make sure to put your pictures down below that was hands and feet today, guys. Thank you for coming to class. Farewell.